Alright, welcome back. Today we're going to learn how to make this spur gear right here. Okay, and this is a gear that I made based on basically just taking a bunch of measurements off a little tiny gear. Alright, and so something you might do in your reverse engineering project. So let's go ahead and start a new standard part. Okay, and start a 2D sketch. So keep in mind your dimensions will probably be different. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab our circle button tool here and drag out a circle that's about, here's what I measured when I measured my gear. It was roughly 7.726 inches. Alright, let's go ahead and finish our sketch. Now remember, yours is going to be different, your dimensions, because you made your own measurements in your reverse engineering project. So let's go ahead and extrude this. Okay, and we're going to go a distance of 0.157. Okay, now let's go ahead and click on this face, and we're going to start a 2D sketch. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and draw the teeth of our gear, at least one of them for now. So we're going to use our line tool. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to draw the basic rough kind of shape here. Okay, that I thought it kind of looked like. Maybe not quite that big, but that's okay. We'll dimension it here in a second. Okay. I'm going to make a construction line right down the middle to make sure it's kind of centered here along our axis. Alright. And this... Alright, so when I measured this part right here, I got a length of 0.012 with my calipers. So I'm going to divide that by 2 though, because I want to go from here to here. So 0.012 divided by 2. And then from this side to this side, same thing, 0.012 divided by 2. Alright, now let's see the bottom part. And when I measured this total length, I got a length of 0.4. Okay? So, excuse me, 0.04. So I'm going to dimension it 0.04 divided by 2, and then Okay, now when you look at your tooth here, okay, or on your gear, it might not be fully constrained. So we also got to assign it a height here. But when I gave it a height, okay, I made a measurement of about, let's see here, 0.05. Alright. And if you want to stop now, that's fine. I noticed that the teeth on my particular gear are a little more rounded. Okay, so we're going to change this to make it reflect the more natural shape of the tooth of the gear. So I'm going to delete that. Alright, make sure your construction line is off. And then we're going to grab our arc tool here. And let's go ahead and create an arc. Okay, from green dot to green dot. Make sure you grab those green dots. And we want a radius of about 0.09. Okay, and let's make our other one over here. Green dot to green dot. Make sure you get those green dots so you get no open loops here. Okay, and we want a 0.09. Okay, looks good to me. And the last thing we're going to do, just to kind of give it a little bit more roundish appearance here, we're going to add a fillet of about 0.005 here, right here. Okay, it looks good. Now we're going to finish our sketch. Okay, I want to zoom in so I can see this face. Let's extrude it, 0.157 inches. Okay, but let's go the other way, obviously. And there we go. There's one tooth. Now the nice thing is Autodesk will do the rest. So go to your circular tool. Okay, it's asking you to select the feature. That's the feature we want to make a pattern of, and then it's asking us for an axis. So we click here, and we're going to identify this circle as our rotational axis, and by default it puts in 6, but I counted them. I got 39 when I counted those teeth on their gear here. Okay, so there we go. It's starting to look more like a gear now. Alright, so now let's go ahead and click on there and start a 2D sketch here. Alright, and we're going to make a circle coming out. In case you have a gear that needs an axle, we're going to make an axle hole here. Alright, and we're going to make it 0.26 diameter. Alright, go ahead and finish our sketch, extrude it through the other way, 0.157. Okay, and there's our axle hole. Alright, so we're going to modify our axis hole now. Let's click on that face again, start a 2D sketch, project geometry. So we want this circle right here. We're going to offset it. Okay, a distance of 0.05 inches. We are going to finish our sketch and extrude that a distance of 0.2 inches out from the gear here. Okay, hit OK. Alright, the last thing we want to make, one of the features we want to add is this little notch. So we're going to click on that face, start a 2D sketch, and let's project some geometry. So we can see that and that. Hit escape. Alright. And now let's come over here to our rectangle, and we want a 2-point center rectangle, and we're just going to drag it out. And those were roughly my dimensions I got. Okay. Hit escape. Let's go do some trimming now. Okay, let's go ahead and finish our sketch. And now we want to extrude this part, this face, inward. The other way, not 0.2. We're going to go about halfway to about 0.1. Okay. Whoops. Let's edit that because we wanted to go the other way. Well, let's just delete it and try. Sure. There we go. Okay. And there's our little groove or notch that we need to make so our axle can apply torque to our gear here. Alright. And then finally, you may encounter a gear situation with a little Allen screw hole. And if that's the case, okay, what you need to do is come over here to plane, and you want to select a plane tangent to the surface through the edges. Okay, so if you come over here, just select a plane right around there. Okay, hit escape. And we'll come over to this work plane. Let's make a new sketch on that work plane. And we're going to turn it around here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to move it around slightly so I can kind of see where things are, the surface of the gear here. Alright, so I'm going to create just a construction line for reference purposes only. From here to here, and it's simply as a reference here. Okay, so you should see a yellow dot on here. That's where you want. That's where the plane is touching the surface. All right, and let's project some geometry. I just want to use that. Now I'm going to put a point right on that line. Okay, hit escape, and I want to just delete that construction line now, and I'm going to dimension it halfway here. Okay, which I believe would have been 0.1, right? Okay, and now let's finish our sketch here. And come up here to hole. And we want to select our first one. We want threaded here. And we're going to do a length of about, I believe, not 0.047, about, let's see here, right there. Okay, class 2B, that looks good. Okay, and we want it to go all the way through. So we want it to go not too far, but so I believe we want about 0.05. And then hit OK. Let's take that work plane visibility off. Okay, and it looks good. Okay, we got our notch and we got our drill hole. The last thing you should probably do is give it a nice, okay, steel polish. Your gear might be plastic, so you want to assign it a material. In this case, mine was steel, probably iron. Okay, and there you go. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.